Another form of quick foot training with resistance is to sprint up the stands, and would look like this. We're now going to take a look at wall sits as a resistance exercise for strengthening for ice hockey. It's a common traditional exercise that players do, and what they do is they get into this 90-degree knee bend here, and they want to hold this position at least for 30, 45, 60 seconds, but it could go for 2 or 3 minutes. We're trying to do a strain on the thighs. Players will not get exactly 90 degrees. They'll put their feet in too close, too far out. They'll cheat. They'll use their hands. They'll use their hands against the wall. We want them to just sit right here, sit comfortably, and let that burn come on the thighs for a proper wall sit. Another way to work on these wall sits is to do buddy wall sits. Here we're working with a partner. We're going to spread our feet out about 3 or 4 feet apart, come together, and then shoulders up. And if you have to, move your feet out in front of your body so that you get this 90-degree angle. And then you're going to hold this position here 30, 45 seconds, 1-minute intervals, just trying to put a burn and stress that the leg and the thigh. This next section of exercises, we're going to take a look at lunges. It's very important that we understand lunges. We're trying to make a lunge so that we lunge out and we keep our leg at a 90-degree knee bend. There's been things said in the past that they don't want to push this knee out over the ball of the foot because it puts too much strain on the patellar tendon right here. And that's true, it does. But for our sport in ice hockey, we're always skating and striding, and we are bending our knee out over the ball of the foot. So in this case, we may want to do our lunges by letting that knee go all the way out, because that's what we have to bear when we skate. Just something to keep in mind. And we're just doing a simple forward lunge. Our next lunge is a sideway lunge. It's a very hockey-specific exercise and looks like this. Another hockey-specific lunge is a crossover lunge. And here, we want players to cross over the knee and make sure that their foot points out at a 45-degree angle. So our next exercise is a combination of lunges here. It's a 4-spot lunge on a T-square. So here the player's going to step out and make a lunge straight in front, out at a 45-degree angle, out straight out to the side, and then a crossover lunge. And then we would do that alternating legs. In front, out to the side at a 45-degree angle, straight out to the side, and crossover lunge. Players can do like 10 sets with each leg. Our next exercise is speed skating lunges. So here, an excellent exercise for hockey players is to get way down in this deep knee bend and squat, and then lunge out to the side. Another variation then is to do these speed skating lunges while moving forward. So it would look like this. Our next exercise is a combination here. We're doing lunges with some core training. So we're going to make a forward lunge and then a plyo ball twist. In our next series of exercises, we're going to take a look at step-ups from a variety of different ways. First, we're talking about stepping up onto a chair, a box, a bench. We want to step up so that we put the leg at a 90-degree angle and then pull ourselves up. And we go right foot step up and also left foot step-ups. Now we can do forward step-ups. We can also do sideways step-ups, which gets more hockey specific. Step up and over. And the last one then is a crossover step-up. So we're crossing over the knee, trying to keep this foot straight forward and down. Instead of turning the foot in at an angle, keep that foot forward, cross over. Now we're going to take a look at lateral step-ups over the bench. Would look like this. And our last bench step-up is a crossover step-up now. Looks like this. Now we're going to take a look at towing as an exercise for strength and technique training for crossovers. Here we're using the GPI towing system, Greater Performance Incorporated. Speedstertraining.com. Okay, so we're in this position with our low knee bend. We want to pull away and cross over and hold that. And pull away and cross over and hold that deep knee bend. Now we're going to take a look at crossovers on an incline as a plyometric. We're jumping uphill, and that would look like this. Now we're going to take a look at quick starts up the hill as a form of resistance training. Two ways you could do this. You could do this with side crossover starts, and you could do this with front V starts. Instead of starting just like track and field, we want to try to point our toes out to the side, make this more hockey specific, and then quick, 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 up, and we can stop, and then quick, 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 quick. It's the starting and the stopping that we're trying to get. In this next exercise, we're going to start further back, and we're going to do sprints, just a full sprint up the hill as long as we can. And we're doing this exercise for stride length. It would look like this. I'd like to talk about how we can add further resistance to our plyometric jumping exercises. We can do this by adding weight. We could use a weight jacket, a weight belt, weight shorts, or ankle weights. We talked about these forms of resistance on the On Ice DVD. So if players wear a weight vest, the tendency is that players will bend over at the waist and they can put too much strain on their back. We recommend that players use weight around the waist. So here we've got a weight belt by Alpha Dog Sports. And this is where we should really have the weight. It doesn't put any strain on the lower back. And this is the best way because it's putting weight always over the center of gravity on the knees, so the knees have to keep pushing up. Studies show that ankle weights are counterproductive because when the leg gets tired, you don't bend the knee and you start dragging the back and bottom feet. All right, so we want to stay away from ankle weights. We want to go to weight shorts or weight on the around the waist. And then there's also a piece of equipment that Jack Blatherwick endorses where players jump with a strap over their shoulders. So they're doing the jumping exercises with a big weight like this and practicing their jumping. Either way, we're putting weight above the waist pushing down, so we have to jump against that resistance.